Oops, I realized my mic was off again. Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. I apologize. So tonight I'm here to answer one important question, and that is, can Bitcoin hit 98,000 by the end of November? We only have 2 weeks left for this month. Is it possible that we can go up to as high as 98,000 by the end of November? Well, that is what I'm going to discuss tonight. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome. Played a prank on you guys. Last time I had mic problems, I saw in the comments people were like, oh, I thought I had my speakers off or something. So you'll just have to guess if that was intentional or not. All right, so starting with Bitcoin, all of a sudden, Bitcoin rocketed up from this morning was around 63,000, 63, 64. And I told you guys not to panic at 63, 64. Okay, I'm like, you know what? When in doubt, zoom out. We're just going sideways until Bitcoin is ready. And all of a sudden, we did. Started creeping up slowly and surely about 64, and then shot up to about 66,000. And now it's a slightly below about 56.7. And this is significant. This is very, very significant because this formed a brand new high. One that we have never seen before. Let me see if I get it right. No, that is this one. Bitcoin formed the highest weekly close ever in history, even above April when Bitcoin first hit about 64,000, right? So this is the highest weekly close ever. And it just so happens right before the close, Bitcoin shot up, right? So it does seem like things are going according, Billy, appreciate that. Things are going according to plan. Bitcoin is heading higher. I told you guys this, right? Remember a few weeks back when Bitcoin first crossed, 60,000. We're like, yes, it's going up. And then recently when we fell back from 68 down to 60, like 63, and people were like, oh no, it's another bear market. I'm like, guys, calm down. Those of you guys panicking, we're still above 60,000. We're doing just fine, right? So it's looking like Bitcoin is off to a fantastic start for this coming week. We formed the highest weekly close, right? And this week, because we only have 2 weeks left of this month, we could see some explosion happening. Now, where did I get this $98,000 from, right? A lot of you guys have paid attention to me. A lot of you guys may have seen it on Twitter. But it's from this one fellow called Plan B. And he still thinks that his prediction of 98,000 by the end of November is still in play. This is going to be the biggest test of his theory. Not for just stock to flow, but just his analysis. Because he made some predictions about, August, September, October. They were all true. November is the biggest stretch, especially now since we're not early November. We're halfway through, right? Is this a possibility? Most say no. It is not possible, that there's no way Bitcoin could go up about 48%. You just round up 40-something percent within the next 2 weeks, right? But then I started thinking, has anything else gone up this much this fast outside of Bitcoin, right? And it got me to thinking to our buddy Elon, or Elon I should say, Tesla. Tesla is a billion-dollar company. And recently, within the last month, take a look at this. Tesla itself, as big as it is, went up a staggering 46%. And the only reason why it went down is because Elon decided to sell stock, right? And I have something to add to that. But had he not declared that, Tesla would have gone up even more. Maybe up 50, 60% by now, but it has fallen to about positive 22%. So it got me thinking, if a company as big as Tesla, it's around the same market cap of Bitcoin, could go up about 46%, maybe even 50%, why not Bitcoin? Why can't Bitcoin? Bitcoin, arguably, is a lot more scarce, a lot more attention, a lot more countries and companies fighting over it. So why can't we see the same thing? So I say the possibility is still there. Plan B still thinks so. I think so. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, hey, Tesla could do it. Bitcoin could do it, right? And everything I've been sharing with you guys about global adoption and attention and awareness and all the things that has happened even today with the big Taproot upgrade. One thing I didn't mention is that it makes Bitcoin more smart contracts friendly. I do have something to add to that, but that is something a lot of Bitcoin maxis they're really anxious about, because it does make it easier to have DeFi projects and smart contracts executed on Bitcoin. Now, I mentioned about this Tesla thing. This is totally separate. This has nothing to do with it, but I thought it's funny. Bernie Sanders tweeted out, "We must demand that extremely wealthy pay their fair share, period." And then Elon, of course, likes to troll. Responded, "I keep forgetting that you're alive." Then he responded saying, "Hey, you want me to sell more stock, Bernie? Just say the word." Of course, Elon made a big fuss recently about how a lot of politicians say that the rich does not pay taxes, so he decided to sell off his Tesla stock, so he may be ready to sell more, right? So I just thought I just want to bring it up. It has nothing to do with Bitcoin, but still, just to bring it up. All right, now what else is there? I talked about the weekly close, which is very, very positive, right? But we also have this. Besides just Plan B's predictions, we have a lot of patterns. We have a lot of patterns, fractal patterns, that are repeating. TechDev made this one. 2013, 2017, the last two cycles, after Bitcoin closed above this important 1.618 Fibonacci level, both times it just shot up to the moon. So you could see 2013, what happened after the week above that point. 2017, what happened to the week after that point. And 2021, we are one full week after that point. So if we're going to mimic 2013 or 2017, we may get that spike up to $98,000, right? History doesn't always repeat, but it tends to rhyme. And this is looking pretty good. 2021 doesn't look exactly like 2017, but if you compare it to 2013, very, very similar, right? Having a top back in April and May. Now we're about to form the double top that is much higher, right? So this is also very, very positive. What else is there? This is Jesse Olsen. Last time I brought up Jesse, I just want to make a note. I called him Owen, so I apologize, Jesse Olsen. Well, he correlates, 2013, 2017, 2021, the path, and right now 2021 is in the green. You could see it's, they're very similar. There's a little deviation, but overall, very similar peaks and dips and the trajectory, right? And starting from November 14th, 15th, right? This is when 2013 and 2017 went on a tremendous parabolic rise, right? And we are right at that point. So can we mimic 2013 or 2017 and head up to that 98,000 by November? Certainly a possibility. Certainly a possibility, right? So all signs are pointing upwards right now. This is why I tell you guys to stay positive, stay focused. Make sure you stay in the game. I've been saying that for years now. Despite maybe sometimes timing was off. But you guys get the picture. You stay in the game, you hodl, and you wait for the well to come to you. Wait for the gains to come to you. You don't need to chase. You don't need to do anything other than just to hold on. And that's really it. Now, one other, I guess, big influencer, Data Dash. Nicholas Martin. You know what? He and some other influencers are saying that we're not going to hit 100,000 by the end of the year, right? So Nicholas Martin said, yeah, I don't think we're going to see it. I'm 100%, not just I don't think, or I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% positive we won't hit 100,000 by the end of the year, right? TechDev actually responded saying, well, people in 2013 said that too about hitting 1,000, 2017 about hitting 10,000, right? Right now, it's a little bit too early to call, but if we're hitting 98,000 in November, I'm 100% positive we will hit 100,000 by the end of this year. But I'm also positive, at least in my mind, that we will hit 100,000 this year. I am certain of that. It is my opinion. I can't guarantee it, but I am certain of that. And I am holding until we do. Okay, so there's a lot of opinions out there. I know I've seen live chat saying, oh, you know, this person or this person doesn't think we're going to hit 100,000. This person thinks we're going to hit 70,000 and it's the top. You know, no one really knows, but I'm paying attention to everything. The patterns, the adoption, the buying, the growth, everything, all measurable metrics is pointing higher, right? So that's what I'm paying attention to. All right, now something else from a technology standpoint, not only do we have Taproot happen today, but Jack Dorsey, well, he's going to launch. He's going to launch a DeFi project, okay, on Bitcoin, November 19th. So this coming week, there's going to be a secret DeFi project that'll be launched, and it's riding on top of Bitcoin. We know Jack is a big Bitcoin maxi, even though all the NFTs that he has released and Twitter has released all on Ethereum, but he still refuses to recognize something like Ethereum. So he is launching a DeFi project. So what is it? Is it a DEX? It makes sense. It's a payment app. Well, I mean, we have a lot of those, right? So maybe it's a payment app with a DEX inside. I don't know, right? We'll have to see. But this is also very positive. We haven't, besides, a project like Stacks or something, like that, where there is like a layer 2 on top of Bitcoin. Lightning Network, of course, is layer 2, right? But this doesn't seem like it's a layer 2. This seems like it's going to be a dApp riding on top of layer 1 Bitcoin. And it's made possible by the Taproot upgrade from today. So, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Now, outside of Bitcoin, just a few other projects. The only one I want to pay attention to and talk about is this one. I scroll it down. A lot of you guys have heard of this project, but it has been really stagnant. And some people have asked me why, right? And that is WaxP. And it is up significantly 34% today, out of the blue. And they are a blockchain and NFT network marketplace, and they have a lot of gaming. So they're all about NFTs and play-to-earn games. So I saw this. Right now we know a lot of change is driven by NFTs, right? So I was on Twitter, and one of the, you can see right here, business and finance trending Solana. So I decided to look at Solana as anything. You look at it, it's all play-to-earn games or NFTs, right? Like, look at all this. Everything that is under Solana is all about right now play-to-earn and NFTs. And then I saw this. Someone tweeted this out. So this is blockchains by NFT sales. Guess who's right under Ethereum? It's not Solana. It's actually Wax. So Ronin is a side chain created by Axie Infinity, and of course that is leading because Axie is just so popular. But then you have Ethereum, of course, due to OpenSea. But then next you have Wax. Wax is like 3 times as much, or 2.5 times as much NFT sales compared to Solana, right? And they're definitely not nearly as expensive either. So I think this made people realize, maybe Wax is actually very undervalued. In fact, they actually put out a press release saying that they are number 2 in NFT sale volume among layer 1 blockchains, including Ethereum and Solana and Flow and Polygon and BSC and Theta and Zilliqa and even Panini themselves, right? So yeah, I think there is a lot of potential there. I haven't really kept up with them, right? They have like a 5 token kind of weird system, but the main one is WaxP, and they're doing really well. And this could be their driver, making people pay attention. And they're making partnerships like Hot Wheels. I'm sure a lot of you guys have Hot Wheels in your house due to your kids or whatever, but they're going to be launching their NFTs too on Wax, right? So, project that I want to pay more attention to going forward. And it is also a project backed by Mike Novogratz too. And also, another one that I've talked about for quite some time is Chiliz. And that's because recently they've started getting into NFT game. They start out with tokenization. Now they're doing NFTs. They have a ton of sports clubs signed up already, but recently they started doing NFTs, and the next one is with the New England Patriots, not New York Patriots, New England Patriots. So another project that's also benefiting from their entrance into NFTs right now. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Now let's do some Q&A. Andrew asked me, hey, George, what's your favorite color? Guess. It has to be green, right? Actually, no. It's like blue or something. I don't even know what my favorite color is. Silver B says, don't count Plan B out. If you look at 2017, BTC went up 207% in 33 days. Yes, that is true. Basically, that is what this is showing, right? This and this. Yeah. All right. Scrolling up, making sure I don't miss anything. Matt says, I hope Cadena comes to Coinbase or Binance. I think that's a guaranteed. I think that's going to be coming soon. My Riot call's looking super juicy. Yes, all the Bitcoin stocks have been doing very well recently, obviously, for obvious reasons, because Bitcoin is going much higher, right? But yeah, like mining stocks like Riot and Amara, really good. I have some calls on Coinbase, looking really good. MicroStrategy is looking good. Voyager is looking good, right? It's just a matter of time. They all blow up. They've been held down a little bit, especially like MicroStrategy, which should be much higher now, because the market cap of MicroStrategy is only like 8 billion, and they have almost 8 billion of Bitcoin on hand, right? So that doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah, Bitcoin stocks are also doing very well right now. 100,000 is such a huge psychological level. I agree. Just like 50,000 is. And just like 20,000 is. 20,000 was a huge psychological level until we broke it. And now no one talks about 20,000. No one talks about 20,000 or 30,000, right? So it's one of those levels where, hey, you think it's a big level, and then it comes and then everyone forgets about it. That's just how it is. All right. Scrolling down. Cyto blockchain will be a ETH killer. I don't know about that, Monica. Been working on do your own research, and I think I found one potential where it's about Nervos. Well, they've been around for quite some time. Pumped Up Gaming. I've covered them. They're layer 2. Godwoken, is trying to bring dApps aboard to their layer 1, and they have bridges. They do seem like they're promising on up and coming, but they have been around for quite some time. And they're kind of, they have a big relationship with Cardano. So waiting for Cardano to kind of pick up. And then I think they will start picking up too. Someone says thoughts on Helium. I like Helium. I kind of missed out. I should have got in earlier. I mean, I told you guys about Helium a long time ago. But I meant like I should have gotten in the news earlier when they started doing 5G deployment. Because they've always been a low mesh network. But they got into 5G, and then Dish Network partnered up with them, and man, they have really taken off. So 5G is the big thing, right? All cell providers are going to 5G. And they are allowing anyone to run the 5G network outside their window just by buying a miner. And if you're a Dish Network customer, you could also do so. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. How high do you think ADA and Nervos goes once Sunday Swap launches? I don't know. I think that's going to kickstart things. I think Cardano's just not moving because of it. But all eyes are on Sunday Swap. I think if they could get it going, it's going to be really, really good. Really good. Have I looked at Flux like a decentralized ICP, proof of work, strong Cardano market cap? Yes, I have looked at it. I started looking into them. They look promising. They also produce the only mobile wallet that's out there too for Cardano. And they're on several exchanges already. So they do look like they have potential. I have to do more research into them though. Thoughts on UFO? You know what? I saw that UFO was going to be... Someone spread the rumor that UFO was going to be added on Coinbase. I didn't see it, but someone said that was going to happen. That maybe explain why. But UFO is also a play-to-earn game that's coming out on Cardano, right? And yeah, they have been doing really well in the last 7 days. Still not all the way up to their highs, though. But yeah. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. I didn't see a blog post from Coinbase, though. What's your opinion of Centric Swap? Never heard of it. It doesn't even exist. Sorry, Paul. Must be a very new project. Sam asked, why is Cardano so stagnant? Because of the DEX. People are waiting for a DEX, and they want it. They want to make sure that it's working. Callum asked, would you consider running a Flux node for parallel assets? Yeah, you can actually earn. You could earn both Cardano and Flux at the same time. Right? So you just have to run the code. So that's an interesting thing. You get like dual mining. So that's actually kind of interesting. I just mentioned about Helium. DJ asked about DOT. Yes, I had DOT for a while, but I think they're on the verge of moving because they're parachain auctions, right? Started with the first 10, and that's only the beginning. I think it'll continue to move up. I think, look at it, like right now in comparison, they're about 20 billion off of Cardano, right? And where Solana is, they could easily climb up there. Look at this. Avalanche, I just did a full video yesterday about Avalanche, about breaking new high. They just formed another high at 100, right? So I like Avalanche too. I like Terra too. Both of them are neck and neck. Avalanche might flip, but I think both of these will be right under Polkadot soon. And Polkadot could be going up. So a lot of these layer ones, they definitely have the momentum. And it kind of disappoints me because I see in the comments all the time. I talk about these big caps, right? I've talked about them early on. Many I've talked about years ago when they were not so big. But now people look at it and they're like, George, they're so big. You should look at something that's a lot smaller that can move 1,000x. There's no guarantees of that. You could buy in all these cryptos, right, that are brand new. There's no guarantees. You're just basically, buying a lottery ticket. But what's a sure thing is Bitcoin and most of these big caps, they're going to continue to go upwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10x even. Right? That's almost a sure thing as Bitcoin goes higher. And there's plenty of money to be made. Now, the problem is so many people coming in, they're like, oh, even a 10x, that's not enough. I need 100x or 1,000x or 10,000x, right? Unfortunately, though, those type of people, sometimes they hit it rich with, with something that moves really well, but then, then they don't take profit or they're trying to find the next one and, this and that. I'm ranting, but the point is, a lot of these big caps, they're doing fantastic, and they will continue to do fantastic. You don't always have to find something new. And the same thing with DCA. If you want a DCA, go DCA into something you already have. You don't always have to pick something new. But when there is something new, very promising. You don't want to skip out on it either. Any word on Robinhood Wallet? I heard there's like 1.6 million people. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're gonna introduce sheep at the same time, right? So I don't know. All right, I granted a little bit too much. There's a lot of super chat DVX. Sorry, I'm gonna skip that one. Who's releasing these upgrades? Bitcoin Core developer. There's usually teams that make proposals, and then the developers then implement it once there's a vote, and over 90% of the miners agreed to it. You think Dogecoin has room for 10x more? I don't know. I know it's gone up pretty well recently, but we got to wait for the mobile version to come out and see how many users start playing. Why KCS so up so much? They're just a good exchange. There's a good exchange. There are mini Binance. KuCoin has a lot of tokens on there, right? And they have coin burning. They have their own chain. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. Thoughts on a new Lotus Emira? I personally have not looked at it, reviewed it, or heard much about it, Steven. I don't know. Lotus, in my mind, is just like, I don't know, just not very interesting to me. I'd much rather have, a Stingray, a new Vet, especially the new Z06. I think that's a lot more appealing. Or, of course, the exotics. Thoughts on Kronos chain, Crypto.com chain versus Finance Farms. I don't even know what you mean by that. But I don't know Kronos chain. I like Crypto.com. So many great projects. Which ones to choose when money runs out? There is. You don't have to choose all of them. You could, if you're following 50, 25, 25, 50% Bitcoin, 25% big caps, 25% small caps, right? You could be diversified. You could have 5 projects. You have 10, you could have 20. I've heard people, at some points, I've gotten into like 40 or 50 projects, right? It's just a matter of, can you keep up with them, right? I know that most people just hold on to them, but you know what? You got to keep up with them. Make sure that they're actually doing what they're saying. They're developing, and they're still engaging with the community. And of course, there's no hacks or anything that's discovered, right? As long as you keep track of them, then it's great. Have you looked at SolLend yet? No, I have not. Actually, that needs to go on my list. It makes sense because it's in Solana's ecosystem, but I have not looked into it. Do you think having 20K diversifying crypto right now is enough to retire in 10 years? Yes, but asterisks. Because a lot of these projects, I don't know if they're going to be around in 10 years. Or I shouldn't say not around, but not widely used, right? Because outside of Bitcoin, everything else is a evolving technology and chain. Can Ethereum continue on being the dominant chain, right? That's a big question mark. We don't know. Can Solana be, or Cardano, can they continue to build upon what they have? I don't know, right? So you still have to kind of like watch them, right? It's really hard to kill crypto, but there could always be some kind of new chain, new technology that makes what exists now obsolete. So you got to be careful with that. But if you're picking the right ones and you're continuing forward, yes, I definitely think so. Tara, Ren, I don't even know that project, so sorry. Thoughts on Mina went sideways for a while. Yeah, I need to look more into Mina. I just know that the basics of it is a snapshot chain, very low KB, in terms of size, but there are some limitations. So I don't know if anything's changed recently. If they decide to get into NFTs or something, I need to look more into them. Are you talking about Sunday Swap? I'm looking forward to it. Opal on Algro looks good. I don't know which one. Opulus. Well, the last 30 days, they're making good. Decentralized finance to the music industry. Yeah, I've seen this before. Music industry, a lot of artists are definitely moving into NFTs, right? So if this could help those artists manage their NFTs and manage their finance, it could be good. It could be good. It really depends on how many people they could sign up, right? So could be promising. Could be promising. All right, last few questions. Kathleen, welcome. Thoughts on Polymath, security token blockchain built on KYC regular asset. I don't like Polymath at all. I don't like them at all. They're helping. They're supposed to launch, you know, security tokens, and they don't have the blessing of the SEC. I did not like them at all. James, what do you think about Celsius Wallet? I think it's a pretty good wallet. Of course. What else? I think that's it. Thoughts on Digibyte? Oof, Digibyte. Kind of dead. I mean, they're hanging around. They introduced like a layer 2 and tokenization, but I just don't hear much about them. You know, I really don't. I've always been neutral on them because they were trying to stay in the payment world, and then they realized it's really, you know, really hard to compete. So they started doing a layer 2, but even then, I don't know. I don't know if they can. Early plays. Hey, appreciate that, and everyone should listen to you. All right, guys, that is it. Overall, hey, Bitcoin is doing pretty good. Like I said, do not panic, right? I know a lot of eyes are on plan B. I put a lot of faith in this prediction, but it's not just based on a prediction. You know, you look at something like Tesla, if they could go up 40, 50% in a month, why can't Bitcoin? And I'm paying attention to everything else, the fractal patterns, the buying, the adoption, even the banks saying they're switching from gold to Bitcoin. And not just them, but their clients, right? Makes me think, yes, Bitcoin is going much higher. So stay strong, my friends. There's a lot to look forward to. All right, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.